Other guest in the house. What up, iFi?
How's it going? Give me a second.
Going well. I don't know what accent that was, really.
Sometimes I start off kind of Aussie, British. It just morphs. I'm gonna raise the IQ real quick because I don't know what
Yes.
you're watching there, but it's giving me brain damage. So catch me up real quick. Some chick sitting on a bed, and then Hulk Hogan, and then Cynthia and her buddy. What did I miss?
Yeah, no, that was pretty accurate. Yeah, the Trump, right? We went over. Did you see the bullet? The whole.
The bullet grazing his ear?
Yeah. In the hold on, let me put it on.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about on my stream, dude. Why'd
You
say
watched
my
this?
stream for this
You
stream?
watched this on your stream?
Yes.
This right here.
Yes.
Oh, maybe I ripped it off you then. I don't know.
Yeah, you're stealing my cloud again. My one viewer.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Which is you.
so American distress. What's the topic? I'm totally lost.
That is the topic. Is America in distress? I got a broken question mark key on my computer.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't. I just forgot to put one. So,
Exclamation mark.
so we're just reviewing some evidence of society, right? Had a little bit of mixture from some TikToks and bullshit. And what up, Chuck in Tennessee? How you doing, man?
Hammer drama and
I figured I'd come up since you had the socialist stuff here.
Yeah. Balance it out.
so, comrades. In conclusion, we must form a commune of equal distribution.
So here is my thesis, brought down to a sentence.
Hypotenuse?
Hypothesis. I think the noose is of a triangle. But with that said, people are largely distracted, dumb, goons, tarded, this type of thing. Now,
Leave
not here,
iFi
obviously.
alone.
Yeah, no,
Hey.
well, until iFi came in, not here, in all honesty. But no, I mean, look, iFi and I, and Chuck and I, we've had many conversations. We don't always agree on anything. But there's
Sure.
no time in my head where I've been like, oh, they're a retard. You know what I mean? But most people I come into contact with, I do think that about quite often.
Mentally ill and retarded. You keep forgetting the mentally ill part.
So well, let's ask, because I know you and I were talking about this, and this plays in perfectly, iFi. This is why I was saying you should come on, and you said no, but you reneged. Very good.
I
So,
was
Chuck,
eating. Sorry.
do you think that if what I'm saying is mostly true, more true than not, do you think that there is more of a problem with mental illness or drug indulgence? And I mean drug very widely, to the extent that even sex or OF can be considered a drug.
Ooh, drugs.
Drugs.
Now, it's possible that these outlier things that you're talking about could be feeding a certain mental illness.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna
I-
be the
I totally
taco
agree.
girl and say, why not
Oh.
both?
Yeah, let me tell all my beautiful women in chat hello. Hi, girls. Good
Who do
to
we
see
got? We
you.
got Crispy, Jody, Jess, Lindsay. And we got C. Elise. I never
don't
know how to
who
say that.
No, I don't know that one.
She from, I'm pretty sure she's from Flows. Oh, and Batty. What up, Batty?
So,
So,
there's probably
yeah.
drugs leading to mental illness and vice versa, but I don't care like which one caused which one first. We have to deal with both regardless.
That's what they make a machine gun for.
So I think from what we're saying so far, I agree more with Chuck that if anything, it's the drug indulgence, and the mental health aspect would be more of a side effect or maybe exacerbated by said drugs.
Exactly.
This is why you're not in the cool group normally, iFi, just to be clear.
Oh, I like drugs.
Everybody
look-
wants to take something to escape their workday, escape their family life. There's more to
What's up,
life than
gents?
just escaping. Oh God, he's here.
That's my
About
family.
20 years ago, I asked a doctor what a drug was, and he never could answer me. So we're still waiting.
You want to buy? You want to buy some? I got some.
Isn't Tylenol a drug? Like,
Yeah, I mean loosely, yeah, but is that mind altering? And what up, Lindsay?
Hi. Hi, everybody.
Hello,
Me and
Lindsay.
Lynn's been in your chat. I've been trying to get a spot to talk to her and iFight, get their take on why Biden stepped down. All the current events intertwined or something. I was talking about doing it somewhere else, but I think
because the corpse started to stink, and so
He's
they couldn't do
senile.
That's with based permission because we're commandeering the show. Kind
That's
of.
what
Yeah,
I said.
no, you good. Look,
Listen.
look. I saw you in the chat. I knew what was happening. So I see everything. With that said, you are more than welcome to have the conversation. I'm gonna bring it back to the main topic, but bring it up. Do your thing. You got the floor.
I'd rather you not buzzed in. I mean, when you're ready, we can talk about
No,
this.
no.
No,
You
we're
ready.
doing it now. We're doing it right now. And
You
got the
Levi is
floor.
up here. He's
Spit it out.
Do it live.
Do it live.
Get-
Okay, we're going to talk about, as far as I knew it, the Biden dropping out and the Biden guy, and who was possibly going to take his place, etc. That right?
Yeah, that's
Right.
what I want to do. Yeah.
I'm hoping it's Kamala, so no one will vote for Democrat.
Well,
I'm hoping it's not Kamala.
It is come out. Well, not necessarily.
well, so far he's already he's endorsing her, which will lead us to believe that, but that doesn't mean it's going to stay like that. Lance, I don't know if you're conspirative like some of us are. Do you see this as just happenstance? Because I got so many, fucking theories running through my head.
I actually do. I'm not a how do you say it? Conspiratorialist? Is that a word?
Close
I'm a
enough.
skeptic, but
Sounds
not
good.
into we never landed on the moon and it's a flat Earth kind of thing. I don't know for sure if the Earth is flat or global. I definitely don't want to go there, but I would assume that scientists know a hell of a lot more than me, and that what they extrapolated was way more intelligent than what I could come up with.
So you already got a higher IQ than every flat earther I ever met. But go ahead.
I
regarding
have a question for you, Linz.
Be quiet, iFi. Let her finish.
If you got on a boat and they said they're going to
Jesus
Japan,
Christ.
worry about falling off the edge of the earth.
Impulse control.
I have the same problem. Okay, so
that was funny, Lance. That was very funny.
okay, I5, we're gonna have to ask you to sit down in the back of the bus.
Thank you.
I was on here first, bitch. Get in line.
He's
Whoa.
comfy. He's comfy at the back, just to be clear. All right, so go on. This does play in, and actually, as it was, we had a little Kamala video up earlier talking about how she can identify a predator, which is
But
very
do you-
ironic.
Do you realize right now Trump is running unopposed other than RFK?
Yeah.
How many people on the panel are pro-Trump, out of curiosity?
Me.
Just you?
Chuck.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
I'm not
so,
ashamed. I'll admit it.
Yeah.
Like-
So here's my position when it comes to your question, Lindsay, and this has been my position for a while. I think that Trump is funny. He makes me laugh. He's a good entertainer.
That's what
I trust him more than Biden. But that's not saying anything. I trust a fucking stray cat more than Biden.
I just picked for the most entertaining. I don't think your life is going to change anyway. You may pay $1 more, $1 less for gas. Our lives won't really change. I want a show, damn it. Trump is going to give me that show.
So are
Yes,
you
he
saying
is.
that Trump, would make a good CEO perhaps or something like that, but not a good president?
Yeah,
Trump is
here's the thing.
Let's go.
I would take Chuck, iFi, Joe Cool in a second, in a heartbeat over Trump. Not because they know shit about legislation and government official positions, but because all the time that I've dealt with them, they have shown to be more trustworthy than any politician, including Trump, at many points that I could point at. I don't see any relevance in doing it. With that said, as far as the swamp is concerned, I'd rather him there than Biden. But I don't think it'll have a major impact that people hope.
So
With
on
Kamala?
that note,
Wait,
Chuck,
no, let Liz finish because I don't want to sway our opinions. I was trying to get her unvarnished shit, and then you as the crazy conspirator fuck I-Fi, and Lindsay as a regular head person
Right.
to see
Tell us
what
your
does
real
she
feelings.
think is going on with the Kamala shit. Was it coincidental that when he the other day when they say he had the bug and wasn't feeling fit well, did they already have it in the bag to get rid of him? Do you have any ideas about this?
I think the feminists and women who are pro women might get mad at my opinion. And I am definitely pro women, but not a feminazi.
You know,
I just,
we don't care what people think.
okay, you don't care?
Yeah, you
All
know,
right.
base don't care.
I feel like I have to kind of preface it with that.
No, that's fine. I got
also,
you.
Lindsay, you didn't answer your own question. Are you for Trump?
No, I'm not. When
And
I asked
so,
every,
since
who
you're not
on-
for Trump, are you for Kamala or whoever the
I
Democrats
was
will run?
just getting to that. Definitely not. But the quickie reason is because it's a man's world right now, and Middle Easterners, for example, won't listen to women. And I think it's in our best interest to have a male
That was a
president.
good point. I never thought of that one yet. But Kamala ain't been president.
Well, what about
30
women's
minutes.
Kamala
Secret
got
Service
laughed off
this
stage
week?
in Puerto Rico alone.
Hmm.
People do not
Yep.
take her seriously. How is she geopolitically adept? I have no idea. I've never heard her chime in on anything except
She's
for to get
very
laughed.
low IQ. I'm shocked she got where she is. I can't imagine she has any geopolitical
She slept
skills.
with everybody. Come on, Joe.
Well, I didn't get
Lindsay.
my turn yet.
How do you feel about women's Secret Service, Lindsay?
I think that would be a laughable joke. I mean, I know that you are joking with me because
I'm dead serious.
basically you could say a
Half
gun
of
is a
Trump's
gun and
security was
they can
women.
hurt you equally. But there are times when you need to do, hand to hand or physical. And so, no, I'm not for women on the field, on the front line, and I'm not for women in the police. I'm not in the police force only because I've seen with my own eyes how they get overpowered so easily, and usually a civilian has to step in. Even though they have guns, they seem to me less and less. They seem to be ineffective. Now, do I believe that they could be in other positions that are typically held by men? Yes, but physically, we don't have it. It's just a fact. I wish we did, but we don't.
Good
So
girl.
good
You are the
service,
rational
Lindsay.
fuck I was expecting, Lance. You are the rational.
Good girl.
Yeah, I think that was perfectly rational. And I would also say, which you didn't say anything against this, but just to clarify, I know we have quite a few ladies in here, that I see men and women as equally important with different things that we are good at, although some does overlap. And as you said, Lindsay, I don't see that position, president, a good fit for women in general. Although, is there anomalies that exist? Absolutely. Is there women who would have been a better president than
Yeah.
Biden or Trump? I have no doubt about it. But the idea of, well, we just need to get more women into politics to fix it, I think that is crazy. People in politics fuck it up. Men, women.
I'd rather have a Margaret Thatcher than Biden as president. But
Yeah, she's
it's not
got more
about
balls.
men.
Margaret
Yeah.
Thatcher was actually good for the economy.
And
Sure.
base, you
Yep.
encapsulated the same shit. Lindsay was afraid some females might judge her for it. You phrased it very well. You probably took some of the heat off of it with that.
I try to keep it real, but at the same time, keep it real, which can be a pro and a con, right?
So who should we vote for, Joe? You still haven't answered. Who are
You
voting
should not
I
be voting, but I'll entertain you. You should
I
definitely
got-
not be voting. But
I got
we can go
10
down a
votes
rabbit
once
hole.
for president.
Did you?
Yeah.
10.
I had all my family write my name in on the ballot. Couldn't even
That's
get,
interesting, right? That's great.
couldn't even
There you
get the
go,
news
Chuck.
to cover it. Couldn't even get the news to cover it. I don't understand it.
They're biased, Chuck. You know how that goes.
Hey, Lance, I
Yeah,
want
that-
you to check the back chat. I'm finna type some.
Oh, okay.
What Oh,
One more thing. He did mention, he being Biden, he did mention the governor of Pennsylvania. And I read up a little bit on him to be his, the new president to take his place, predecessor, I guess.
all right.
And I read a little bit about him, and I read his qualifications, and the fact that he's governed a state is also impressive. But I don't think that guy sounds like too bad of a choice. But do I know
Biden,
enough about him? No.
Biden already came out for Kamala, though.
Yeah, I know.
Which makes me think the conspirator, it's in the bag. They already had the predecessor. They had made all decisions and everything before Biden even stepped down. A bunch of people in black suits stood around him and told him, this is what you're going to do. He's used to it, though, because he's the best fucking puppet in the world.
So is your conspiracy? Sorry, Chuck, go ahead.
Hillary already came out for Kamala. She's not running.
Oh, interesting. I like a good show. I can't lie. Trump has been very fascinating. The man dodges bullets. He's a Teflon Don. You know, he's exciting. Grabs chicks by the pussy because you can do that if you're famous. He's exciting, right?
I can't believe so many women would be voting for a man who says stuff like that and has had affairs, et cetera, et cetera. It shows character, you know, but that doesn't mean that a man like that can't lead, you know, the United States. It's just interesting because I think if you took this back maybe 20 years ago or more, there's no way people would go for it.
Nope.
And Crispy Tree, I think had asked a few moments ago to ask the panel, and I'm down with it, who here will actually vote, period.
I will.
Not I, said our hero.
Moi, me, I.
Okay. Well, Chuck, you may be alone again. I will not be voting. I've talked about this quite a bit, but I'll talk about it a little bit real quick now. And if any of you others would like to go after and make your points, the reason I'm not voting is because I don't think it matters. I see 100, 1,000 things in my own life that will make a huge difference in comparison to what I view voting will do for me and my life. I look at them as in power, sure, whether it was Obama or Biden or Trump. But at the end of the day, I do not believe the fairy tale that these elections are held properly, that they're fair, that the ending is righteous. I don't believe that they are actually in control to the power level that people believe. I think that they are puppets. So it's not a nice story. It doesn't sound good. I know people don't want to believe that, but I do believe it, and that's why I say it.
And my question to you is, if you're not voting, aren't you in essence voting by not voting? What I mean is, let's say, or you already know what I mean. I don't have to explain it, right?
Sure. So
yeah,
and I've gotten pushback, like, if you don't vote, you don't get to say anything. Mm-hmm. I kind of look at it the opposite. And sure, you could say conveniently, but I truly look at it that if you do vote in this cesspool of nonsense, that your vote doesn't mean anything, that you did the wrong thing. And I don't mean that towards you, Chuck. I'm just saying as a generality, I look at it as that's how bad our election system is, our political system is. It needs to be I'm just going to say redone completely.
It's broken
at this point. We need to get these people out of there, all of them. There may be one or two good ones. I would have voted for Rand Paul, and that is the last time I voted was Rand Paul. Or Ron Paul. Well, no, Rand Paul did run too. But I meant his dad, Ron. You're right.
One thing I think, voting, I think you validate the system. So I do think you make a say so when you vote, and you're saying I'm down for the system. So don't cry to me when you're voted and you got issues. I feel like the opposite of.
But you can't help it. I would argue that either way, whether you vote defensively to block someone, or whether you don't vote at all, as you know, it's implicitly saying that you do not want to be part of this circus.
As long as they're required to have an ID.
I'm voting Monty Brewster. None of the above.
Is that the guy from Brewster's Millions?
Brewster's Millions.
Okay.
I think that would be I-Fi, Crispy. Were you ball handling your mic, I-Fi?
No, that was Joe.
Somebody was eating their mic, that's for sure.
I can't touch that mic. I'm wearing a headphone.
See, it wasn't Joe. It was I-Fi.
I like to pretend that we can vote no confidence in our system, but that's delusional, and you think that your little anti-vote will change their mind.
They do have that overseas, the no confidence vote.
We don't have that in America in our
No.
presidential system.
So
Anyways, we're not
here's what
voting
I'm going
way
to tell
out.
you. I'm going to interrupt you. Is that this is all going to come together. I'm glad that came up about the whole Trump thing and or Biden leaving now. So here's my point: is although it does seem that America is in distress objectively overall, even though your situation may be good or may be bad or maybe somewhere in between, overall America has turned into a dumpster fire, unfortunately. And I think that the best thing that we can do, the best things, are things that truly affect our life, right? Maybe you don't exercise, getting a little bit, getting some more, doing a little steps, eating a little bit healthier,
Base,
watching
that's a bit
less
of a-
social media.
That's a bit of a given base. What about, can we obviously helping ourselves in that way? Is there something big
What-
that we can do?
Yeah, well, this is what I'm getting at, Joe. The more people who do these things, the less we're feeding the system, literally speaking. Like when it comes to money, the resources that our politicians operate off of, because they don't have their own money, it's our money. That's what the fuck it is. So the
Yes.
more we vote for the right things with our money, which means not signing up for OF, which
dig it.
means not going to Taco Bell, or maybe making it a very rare occurrence compared to 3 or 4 or 10 times a week, whatever it is for a lot of people. Doing those things, voting with our money, our time, our attention. Look, and we got a couple members up here right now. You voted for me a little bit with your money, and more than a little bit, Chuck. So I appreciate that, but that's what I'm talking about. And I don't mean this towards me.
Yeah,
I'm
with
just
your
saying
time and
that we
money,
vote
you're right.
with our resources more than I believe we do by far in the voting booth. So I'm not saying it doesn't matter. I'm saying that if we prioritize better, we can fight back, even if it's indirectly, even if I don't have a master plan.
I'm gonna, base. I live and sleep. How do I, change this system? And I'm gonna put that in there a lot. I think you're onto something. I'm gonna put a chunk of my activism in that theory there.
Damn super predator. Oh yeah.
Pencil me in for vote Emperor Phi of Conservataria, and then we can.
Nobody
make
wants
happen.
a beta.
That's why you're not running, Chuck. There's only one Emperor Phi.
No, Phi is that you're not a beta. He's what's that other one in between?
Alpha Chad.
No. It begins with an S, right? The
Emperor Alpha
Sigma.
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 Yeah. Phi, are you a Sigma?
I'm an Alpha Chad, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. For some reason I just don't buy that.
The women fight over me to get to me, so
For some reason I don't believe that.
I think he's a Sigma McRigger and SM.
Ligma. So, anyways, if you want to make political change, you're not voting your way out of this system. So I suggest you find alternative routes.
I
Including not
suspect
voting.
Joe Biden will step down from the presidency soon.
Including not voting for the Uniparty, which is exactly what they want you to do.
God, this is depressing.
I know.
Well, no, it doesn't have to be though. Look, so bringing it in here, iFi has done a lot of promotion in the past. I guess he's done now with his idea of Conservataria, which he and I align on quite a bit. We were just talking about, but it seems that we overlap with what we're talking about. Now, if I'm correct, iFi, you are thinking of it as a physical place. I'm thinking of it more of a mindset and our actions.
I can do both until there's sufficient interest in it, but that's why I'm still in the think tank phase, because obviously there aren't large movements behind it yet. But
There's bowel movement. Does that count?
that too, sure. That's what fertilizes the crops, buddy. Now you're getting it.
So,
what are you going to do then as a conservative and you're not voting for Trump?
As a conservatarian, I'm not voting for either of the Uniparty.
Now, some of the things you've talked about in Conservataria are, for instance, I think growing your own food when and where you can.
Yep.
Right. I'm not currently able to, and therefore I'm not, but it is definitely on my list of things to do. I actually had invested like $1,000 into building something I doubt anyone here has heard of, called an aquaponics. Aquaponics. Oh, you have? Okay.
Yep.
Okay,
Fish food makes
I failed.
plant food. Yes.
I bought a greenhouse, all the shit. I
Welcome,
did the setup.
welcome to my club.
Yeah. Yeah, I bought this whole manual. I could not figure it out. It sounded very good, right? The fish inside the tank would feed the ecosystem for the plants on the rocks, and I could not do it. But
And the
anyways,
plants
point
filter
is,
out the poop in it.
we can grow, in a garden. One of my friends just got a house in the south, we'll say, and it's in the country. He's already got a garden, things going, but growing substantial food. I mean, that's probably the best way to do it if you're able to. But McDonald's,
That's more for
not it.
rebuilding society after it all collapses. But in the meantime, if you want to network with like-minded individuals, that would be a productive use of your time.
But Base could not be part of your conservatory, if I
Oh yeah, he
remember
would. He's
correctly.
one of the first ones in the door.
Yeah, he
I
said.
thought-
You said he
I
said I,
thought
was.
you said he had to pass the religious doctrine test.
Oh.
No,
'cause-
I said I want him to be a part of my church. But church isn't a requirement to get in the conservatory. You just have to align with Christian values.
But you said I do
Oh.
align with them.
Which is why he's already in. He's already
Yeah, I'm honorary conservatarian, apparently.
And if memory serves me right, Base, you're allowed to call your friends on the phone, but you cannot have them visit you, if I remember right.
If they're
Well-
communists, you're not allowed to bring them
Oh.
into my country.
But somebody said Fi is a commie.
Yeah,
Chuck.
Chuck. He's a spy.
Socialist.
Oh, okay. Well, that's close
Communism is
enough.
a subset of socialism.
Because a commune is a socialistic idea.
So Hanky Spanky asks about green parties in America.
No.
And
there's not.
I mean, yeah, kind of, but they don't get any votes.
We got about 20 of them, I think.
It's like Libertarian Party, like anyone takes that serious or anything. It's a
Yep.
joke.
Well, I mean, when you got people like, what's her name? Miriam, that ran last time. Can't
I don't
remember
know
her
who that
name.
is.
Mm.
What I remember, she's the one that was talking about the spirit coming down when they was having a Democratic debate in 2016, I think it was, or 2020, and she was talking about pulling the spirits down from the planets and aligning everybody in the same womb of society. Yeah. She was
Well, you
out
got
there.
my vote. Sounds like you're ready to run the country.
All I heard was
She-
womb.
Yep, she was out there.
So mentally ill retards is what you're telling me, Chuck. That's who. We
Oh,
should
that's
vote
me.
for.
Yeah, they're the biggest group out there right now. All you gotta do is buy them some pot, and they'll vote for you.
That's the problem. That's why I don't take this politics stuff seriously. Me and Base are just gonna start a biker gang, and we're gonna be like, join our conservatarian gang. It's cool.
So,
What?
this is a perfect time to bring up. I have another rap beef diss coming out tomorrow. Might be very late tomorrow. But this coming off of Mel's stream. What's her name? Mel
Pandora.
Pandora.
Melpa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the reason I'm bringing this up is actually the guy Kev, Marathon Kev. So he and I had a very, it was a fun back and forth, couple hours there a few nights ago. Check out Mel Pandora if you want to watch that. So with that, here's the thing. We went for each other's throats for a bit. And some of the women there, I know Crispy was there, Cynthia had a few others, were at some point like, oh no, like you guys hate each other. And here's the deal. I never hate anyone. I'm not like actually mad. So with that, we had no beef. There was no issue, although I am making a rap beef on him now. And then Resto Chesto got to make one on Glenn. That's the deal. Yes.
Well,
So it-
rap is from the dark side.
Look,
Chuck.
Chuck, we're gonna work this out. You'll see. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. So with that said, here's my big point: is that two people can go at it, and I've gone at it with many people on here, and we perfectly cool after. Whereas other people, for instance, not to bring them up again, but we gotta bring them up a little bit.
I'm trying to give you guys a place to come.
So GS, quite the opposite. And I know some of you, maybe all of you actually, have dealt with GS and his dramatic bullshit. He's always so angry after and, oh, I hate you and we're not friends. And then he comes back and he loves you and he apologizes, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, crazy ex-girlfriend shit.
So, speaking of mentally ill, and I do believe he does have some issues, many people do. The way I view it is, at a certain point, you can't be helped. You have to help yourself. And if he's not willing to help himself after all this fucking advice he has asked for and been given, people spending their time and energy trying to help him sort himself out, to what avail? He's just the same as he was a few months ago. So, point being, whatever is going on in his life, everyone is an individual. I've talked to him about some stuff. He asked me for help, and clearly he doesn't want it. As far as I'm concerned, he is drugged up. I'm not saying he's a drug addict. I'm just saying whatever exactly he's running on, emotions, fumes, he's drugged up. And until he drops that shit, he's going to be in these same contentious positions where he got enemies all over the internet. They're making hit pieces on him. He's reacting to them. He's angry. Look, he's up at night. I'm not. I don't think about the shit. Once the stream closes, we good. All good. So, point being, there's too many people like him that hold on to this shit. They let it fester within them. It just affects their lives in negative ways. They cry out for help. Meanwhile, I think that Kev and I were a good example of just dudes being dudes, not taking anything to heart, looking at this as the internet, which it is. It's real, but at the same time, I don't have any real beef on here. I'm not even mad at Glenn. Like, I don't care. It is what it is.
So when is the BO versus GS rap battle? That's what everybody wants to know.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what they're looking for.
GS will be from a place of emotion and hurt, and it will be the most low-down, disgusting shit ever. He will take all the fun out of the damn game.
Those make the best rappers, though. Angry rappers are the best rappers.
I'm not going to lie, I thought about it. But I think with GS, I'd rather just use AI and make a song. But I'm not even going to do that. I don't even need to make a song on GS. He makes the best content that can just be reused. It's weird.
To have a place to arrive at and to spend time with and have a place to come. I'm giving you a place to come. I want to give you a place to come, F3. F3, I want to give you a place to come. Come here, F3. F3, you should come here. Come here, F3. Yeah, come right here, F3.
Is a lot of coming.
I wonder what he was trying to say in that clip. He needs to be more direct.
Well, he used the word come about 17 times. So I think I know what he meant. It's a little zesty, but, whatever he wants, he should do
He was
that.
actually pretty balanced today, but then he had a guest on that completely triggered him off again. And it doesn't take much to set him off.
Who? GS?
Yeah, yes.
Oh boy.
I think Richard is a nice companion for him. They kind of calm each other, so that might be a nice development. What do you think, Linz?
I was back chatting. I'm sorry. I was
Hey,
cheating on you.
Nathan, you're on panel. And
I
where's
know.
my sandwich.
I will get off panel because I was chatting backstage and not listening to you. All I heard was meow, 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 meow.
You're gonna get the panel off? What?
No,
You're
I'm
fine,
get-
Lindsay. You don't got to leave.
well, I heard I-Fi was coming, so I wanted to.
Get
Oh,
off!
Lord.
Get off!
Yeah, that was my bad. I'm the one keeping her occupied in the back. I can't hear what y'all talk about either.
So let's ask Joe Cool in particular. I want to ask Chuck too, but what is your take? I know you came up the other day and then you hopped off, but what's your take on GS? Not from the meta perspective, but your perspective. How do you deal with people like that, or do you deal with people like that?
I deal with everybody. I don't throw anybody away. You can hurt me over and over again. I will always be there when you call or whatever the fuck. So I don't do the throw people away thing. I'm not afraid of no fucking body. With that said, I think GS, that's it with everybody. It'll be some trauma. I don't know if it's from the fucking war from his childhood. He is very sensitive, and that does not fly on YouTube. This is the worst place to be. Any way I could help GS or anybody else, I would. I think I think everybody's crazy. I put everybody in the same boat. People are people. Right? So I don't hold shit against GS and all that shit, but clearly he is he's confused. He's got that torn. Am I a Christian or do I hurt people bullshit? Yeah, he's like a fucking I don't know, a 6th or 7th grader or something with that bullshit. And if I'm not fucking him, all right, maybe shut up, Joe. I can't spend too much time on motherfuckers like that.
That won't get out till you guys are having sex.
So I'm going to put this up real quick, and you all tell me if this reminds you, in a sense, of GS. And this is a YouTuber with, I don't know, 10 million subscribers or Twitch or whatever, but he a big dude. Short clip here, but just check it out.
Niggas don't like that shit. Niggas is not. Shut the fuck up while I'm talking to you, nigga. Oh my God! Fuck! Yeah! Fuck!
Pretty close.
Now, I know, obviously we haven't seen GS do all that, but what I'm talking about is lack of emotional control.
I've seen that.
Vile. I mean, look, can you blame women for looking at men like that and being like, men are fucked up? I'd rather just get the bag and fuck the men. Now, clearly, all men not like that, but I'm just saying, when those are the men propped up in society by other men, what does it look like?
Who's propping him up, first of all?
Propping who when you say him?
The guy kicking the door and yelling. And
yeah, oh, right. So, 10 million followers of his, whatever it is, maybe more between all the platforms.
Are they watching him and telling him to go for it? Or are they kind of watching him because he's entertaining because he's spurting out?
Well, probably a little bit of both. I don't know if it's 50-50 or what the percentage is, but either way, they're giving their attention, right? So in a sense, they're voting for it. Now, I put up a little clip. So in a sense, I gave it some attention. Very, very small piece in relation to whatever it is he all puts out.
You're right. I didn't see the clip. I can't type and hear at the same time or see at the same time, apparently.
That's because you're old.
Is that what
man.
But yes, you're right. We vote with our attention. If motherfuckers telling me I don't like so and so, I don't like so and so, and there's 400 people in the room, I say you're all liars. If motherfuckers telling me, Joe, I can't believe you were on panel with that dude, I'd be like, nigga, you was in chat. We did the same shit, motherfucker. Fuck on.
You guys were both talking about different variations of crazy, dysfunctional, whatever it is. And I'm wondering if these are, is crazy a softened word for dysfunctional? Is crazy an exaggeration and it just really means lack of impulse control or or broken? Are these all interchangeable?
Good question.
Yeah.
I know for me, the
Go ahead.
biggest asshole I ever knew in life was me. Especially when no, I'm serious. When I was drinking, everything I touched got destroyed. But I was able to turn that around and get rid of all that craziness, that anger, that asshole that was in me.
Yeah.
I still think I'm sorry, Jeff.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Joe.
I still think I am crazy as fuck. It amazes me that my friends tolerate me. I am so way too direct. It amazes me when motherfuckers have me back on their panels and shit. I am weird, God knows I take dumb risk at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm just no chance that I am sane. The motherfucker.
I would-
Your laugh.
I would
I
more-
completely
You
agree with
laugh,
Joe.
right?
Everybody is weird, even if just, by virtue of we're different from each other. We grew up in different ways. We say different things. We use different vernacular. How could we not be a little weird to someone else? But that's a big step to me from saying you're broken or you're crazy.
Well, broken might be a good word, as opposed
Yeah,
to crazy.
I've
Because
used
that
broken.
Yeah, that might be
Yeah,
better.
go on, Chuck.
I've known some broken people in life, and I've tried
No,
to.
we're all broken, Chuck.
I don't know. You don't have to be broken. Nobody has to be broken, but I know that I've.
Lindsay is broken, or she wouldn't be taking exception to the word crazy. That's the first
Yes.
indication. I got to call it.
What?
Like I said.
Well, no, and he called me crazy in side chat, and then he normalized it and said, "Well, everyone's crazy." To me,
Well, it's slang.
crazy, literally means unable to function in everyday life.
Well, you gotta remember,
in some way,
Joe's
some way-
uneducated from South Side of Chicago. I mean,
That's racist.
that doesn't matter.
That's racist.
He's extremely intelligent.
I know
It's
he
really-
is.
But I just
Yeah.
I would take offense to being called crazy because that means I can't function in life. Now, are
I'm
there
pretty
moments?
crazy.
All women are crazy, Lens. My current girlfriend is crazy. That's just how it is, nigga. If it's Tuesday, man, she's crazy. That's how fucking it is. We all
You
have it.
believe that based Oracle? Would you say crazy?
No,
We're all
Uh,
able to function.
Yeah, well, look, I think I'm crazy. I actually was going to agree with what Joe said. I think we are all crazy. And I think that generally women are a different type of crazy from generally how men are crazy. But in GS's case, that's not really true. GS is kind of crazy like a woman, but he has problems. I'm not saying all women are like GS, but what I'm getting at is he gets treated like a woman because he acts like a woman. And when I say that, I don't mean anything bad towards women. What I mean is it's strange for a man to act like a woman, just like it would be strange for a woman to act like a man.
how is he acting like a woman? Can
So
you clarify that for me?
in terms of the amount of emotionality that he shows is very similar, very parallel to women, and it comes off very strange for a man talking about masculinity and traditional relationships and this type of shit. It doesn't line up. It doesn't
And
add
the
up.
older you get, right, he's got to be at least 50 years old, man. You're supposed to be stoic at that point. So it makes him look even worse that he hasn't learned that small lesson that men are supposed to
Right.
be level.
But each
Right.
one of you, I've seen each one of you spurred, including myself. I haven't seen myself, but I've heard myself, and I'm not really proud of it. But at the same time, come on, we all get so angry or so emotionally based in the forefront of everything else that we yell or raise our voices or whatever. Why is that necessarily a feminine trait? Guys do it
It's
too.
not.
We're falling
not
off
necessarily.
if Bass was some emotional motherfucker who was always so and so, I'd be putting him down for it and all of that shit. I acknowledge that, I get emotional. I yell at people and shit. It's
I know. I know.
All you gotta do is watch Joe's videos, and you'll see you can get emotional.
I wouldn't
So-
call Joe Cool effeminate.
So to Joe Cool's point, here's my point. I've seen women who get unraveled the way that GS does, and generally I don't say anything to them. I'm just like, kind of normal. When GS or another man does it, as Joe was pointing out, then I say something to him.
What would be wrong if you said it to a woman? Would she do
I'm not
it
saying
even
it's
more?
wrong. I just tend to treat women
Why-
like
why is
women
Louise-
and men like men.
Okay, so I just really want to understand this. I spurred out for no reason at IFI, and he just offends me, and I'm spending the next 3 minutes yelling. How come you would not say anything to me? Just because I'm female?
Well, no, I'm not saying I wouldn't say anything. I know I did say that verbatim, but what I mean is that I would approach it much differently. I might be like, hey,
Okay.
Lindsay, whereas if you're GS, I'll be like, GS, shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
with
So it's going to be a
Lens-
different response. And here's the thing, women generally, I don't think, want to be treated like men, nor do I want to treat them like men. I know in this society it's sort of acceptable, but I don't like it.
And Lens, I put your Spurgeon shit on the same shit as every chick I'm with at some time. I had a really good one yesterday with some exes I got yelled at and bullshit. I put your shit on a very small fucking level. I don't care once you're done spurging, as you call it, nigga. I'm ready to keep talking and hang out. It's not a big deal of me. I don't give a fuck. It's everybody does it.
It actually is important, and the reason is because you lose friends over it. You do and say things you regret, or you could be in a certain situation, say job interview or something, and something just sets you off. And it could keep you from getting a job, or it could keep you, make you get fired. So it is important to practice impulse control, you know?
So let me give you another example here with GS once again. So I've seen GS, we've all seen GS here, I think, well, most of us, go off on different women. Oh, you're a dumb bitch, you know, I mean, on multiple different women, like, I mean, just constantly. And likewise, I have not seen that out of all of us.
I ain't seen it out of Lens, and she gets a bad rap, but Lens is nowhere near as does that shit GS does. He 40 times a day he switches from, oh, I'm a fan of God, I love him. Fuck you, you cunt. Oh, John, I love you. Fuck you, you ghetto weed.
Well, I know he don't like you, Joe.
He can't stand me, but
he don't like Joe.
Worse. He's got to pretend that he does every time I come around. It's fucking weird.
Someone said, I didn't catch the rest of that comment she wrote. It said, if you act like a lady, and then it said something after. It was too fast for me.
Cynthia, if you act like a lady, you will be treated like a lady. If you act like a 304, you will be treated like a 304. Yeah, I think that people... it means hoe.
Unless you're on YouTube, and you'll be treated like a god.
Well, she thinks I'm a hoe.
I don't think that Cynthia was saying that to you. I think that she's saying my point, which is that, well, I mean, part of my point, which is that people, aside from what I just said, people teach us how to treat them. So in a sense, when I see somebody the way GS acting like that, he gets the response that he gets from me. Right? In a sense, he doesn't get treated the way that Joe does on here.
Conversely, treat people, people treat you the way you teach them to treat you. So if I'm going to be spurging out all the time, everyone's going to think I'm a bitch. Instead of instances of bitchiness, there I've created this whole bad persona that it seems like I have no redemptive qualities.
I still got you under the instances thing, and as most people are. Most times you're fucking like you are now, which I think is great and all that bullshit. And motherfucker Cynthia done tore my ass, and every motherfucker's done what you do. All the same, I'm gonna keep saying it.
Well, as soon as you get here, Joe, I'm gonna tear you a new ass.
But that's like gay love, and that's different.
So you said a little while ago you were gonna help me with impulse control. Remember that? Like instead of getting super mad and yelling out.
You're talking to
Joe?
Joe?
Back.
I hope not, because I'm looking at
base
Oracle. I want.
I was going to help you.
Yeah, you kind of said it offhandedly. I said that I admired that about men, and I think it was on Jack's show, that they seem to keep it together in a better way. Well, I don't know if it's better because they're holding their, you could argue